Welcome to 2 Cents, where I, Xaver, Walser, speak to industry professionals to give us their 2 cents of how they got to where they are today. Today's guest is Leos Gerteis. He is a sound engineer. He is fanatical about quality and with 30 years of experience. Leos, welcome.
Hi, Xaver. Thank you for being here.
So, you do sound mixes, yeah? And I would like you to define for us what is between a good sound mix and a bad sound mix. What makes a good sound mix?
Well, depends actually on what it is. Is it a commercial, a cinema spot maybe, or a corporate movie, or is it music itself? Let's say voice, very important, effects, noise, and music. And simply said, it's actually just the balance between these things. Do you want to hear the music more, or you want to hear the voiceover, or whatever? You have to define it with the client first. And then question of leveling, but also how does it sound? Is the music too aggressive, the sound itself, or too bright? Or is the voice good enough, strong enough? Do you understand it? That's the thing behind the mix.
And why do so many sound mixers struggle with that balance, to have it the right balance? Why is that?
Yeah, I think there we go more into a technical part, because you need the instruments, the tools, you know. A lot of sound mixers try to mix on headphones, but it's actually not possible to mix on headphone something which is finally broadcast on a stage with a huge system, which is more cinema style. How can you that? The voice itself should be clear enough. The treatment, how we handle the voice, because it's not what we just record. We have a lot of different tools to make the voice, let's say, thicker, or we have a problem with the S's, so we have to take it down, all these things. So it's a lot of experience, finally. If you listen to commercials, you often hear the voice louder and the music more behind, or the effects. It shouldn't disturb, actually, the voice. In a corporate movie, you might have different ideas about that. You can say the voice is not so important, but we want more music, more cinematic effect. So you push a bit the music, but still you have to understand the voice, because otherwise it doesn't make sense to bring in the voice.
Yeah, I think the answer really is that experience is probably the only way, and also understanding all the different platforms that we have nowadays, and then to find the balance between different systems, different platforms. I think that is that only comes with experience.
The balance, but also the quality of the sound itself. If you have a voice which is dull, and the music is very bright, you have a problem. So good mix actually works on all systems. It doesn't matter if it's a laptop or whatever it is then. That's the important thing.
Leos, with the internet, where it's all about faster and cheaper, the reason for that is also because the stuff doesn't last so long. How do you keep your standard high with the budget limitations?
I think for us it's very important to consult the client. If we have voiceover in maybe German, French, and Italian for Switzerland, this is probably too expensive. So forget the voice maybe, or maybe you can do just the German version and forget French and Italian. And as you said, just for 2-3 weeks, it is much too expensive. I absolutely understand that. But we can say, okay, maybe try to do something without speakers. That's a very important thing. Talk to the client, discuss that.
One of your specialities, I would say, is guiding the client to the right voiceover artist. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Of course, you have to choose a voice which fits to that. And say, okay, this voice is good, maybe for that product, for that segment. The voice has to sell something, and you have to believe it, actually, what the voice says, you know. So we try to, in a production, in a studio, of course, we have the client or the ad agency, the copywriter, and so on. And so we try to define how the voice should be, or that it is believable finally.
Nowadays, people can do a sound mix almost anywhere. You can do it in your bedroom. You just need a good computer. You need some software and you can do a sound mix. However, you work with high-end equipment, perfect sound studio environment. Why is that?
Well, there are two things maybe. The first thing is, of course, you can do a sound mix everywhere, but do you know how to handle it? Do you know what you do actually? Most don't. That's the thing of a professional. Cinema stuff you can only mix on big systems. You can't buy just a little 5.1 system for, I don't know, 1,000 francs or so and try to mix. It's not possible. It doesn't sound good. And also if you mix music, you need the big systems. You know, on a famous artist, you want the highest level. Because this person, the artist itself, is in the mix, and if the mix is bad, you have lost. But I myself, I'm not a dentist, because I say, yeah, maybe I have the driller, I could handle it, maybe, but I don't, of course, because I'm not a professional.
If you could inspire some young people with your journey to success, what would that be?
Yeah, the first thing actually is to be naive, kind of having fun like a child. That is very important, and to learn every day, because nowadays the technique, as you know, is very fast. But be a child. If you do mix or if you do music, be a child. Yeah.
What gets you up in the morning? What motivates you? What drives you to keep on making amazing music, sound mixes?
Well, I think it is the motivation itself, or it is the fun factor. What you often hear in our business, passion. Because if you lose it, yeah, I think then you should probably stop your job and do something else, or go to holidays or so.
Hey, Leos, thank you very much for we can really feel your passion for your job, and thank you for that we can learn from being a professional.
I hope so, yeah. Thank you.
That's it for now. Join us next time on 2 Cents, stories from industry professionals. Use it or lose it. You choose.